Hey, good to have you here. This is going to be a really interesting show. We've got the author of 6 P's of Success for actors. There is a formula. You can get successful if you know the right steps to take. Randy Thomas is here. He's going to tell us how. Well, you know, we hear the whole starving artist term all the time, and yet some people just have amazing success. How do they do it? The author of 6 P's of Success for Actors, Randy Thomas, is here to walk us through that process. Good to have you here.
Oh, thank you, Val. It's a pleasure to be here.
You know, it feels like a slog sometimes. First you have to get an agent, and then the agent has to submit you for auditions, and then you go to those auditions, and then you hear sometimes, and most of the time you don't. And I heard somewhere that the average actor in Canada makes around $14,000 a year or less. So it can be a hard business, and they'll tell you that all the time. But you're here to prove that there is a way to be successful if you just know what the steps are, right?
Absolutely. What I want to do is I want to render the term starving artist obsolete.
Really? And
the average of $14,000 is being very generous, because actually the union actors, who are the NHL of acting, the average is $6,000 per year.
Are you serious?
Yes, very serious. And if you take away the union members who, like the police and the nurses who are part of the union as well, that don't actively audition, the average only goes to $11,000 per year. So let's change that. So I am an actor that I've had some success. I've had 4 recurring roles in TV series. Some lasted 1 year, some lasted 3, another one lasted 4. But I still was never able to maintain career momentum. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't have anybody to show me how to do that. And this is exactly what the Actor Advantage program is about. Because in your introduction, you mentioned half the plan of what a typical actor has. Everybody needs a plan.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the typical acting plan is go to school, spend lots of money on courses, unfortunately get in debt most of the time, come out, get an agent, and then the other half of the plan that you didn't mention is usually getting a job in the service industry. And then, what do? They don't know what to do. So as actors, we start taking more classes. And then, a couple years later, we try to fight depression.
Oh,
but the reality is that they have to, going back to class, like I should hope that after actors come out of university or colleges, that they have the skill to do one word or one line in a TV or film. Would you not agree? We should hope after spending that much money on education. But they take more classes. And that'd be similar to me offering you a bottle of water if you already have a case of 24 bottles of water. You don't need that water right now. You need fruit, vegetables, bread, something else. And that is exactly what this program offers actors. It shows actors how to build a life. It's a marketing plan for actors to round out their lives so they can have a fulfilling career in the entertainment industry.
And not have to feel like you're on the hustle all the time. So the 6 P's stand for?
Product, price, place, promotion, people, and processes. Most actors have the product.
Right.
But they need to work on the other 5 P's in order to have a rounded career and a rounded life.
Yeah, but we don't go to school to be marketing people. We don't have degrees in business. So how do you do that stuff?
Well, I'm going to disagree. I think that doctors have internships. Lawyers, the article. These are mentored, guided paths to success. A doctor does a lot of cleaning and a lot of jobs they don't necessarily like to do while they're interning before they become that doctor. And then a few of them become surgeons. Well, actors, we come out and we take jobs. 2/3 of all actors have jobs in unrelated industries to their business. And what I'm saying is we need to encourage actors to pay their dues. Do that PA job. We've got all kinds of wonderful people here working in the studio that all have big dreams.
Be the guy that gets the coffee for the actors?
Exactly. You need to work in the business. That's one of the first things actors need to wrap their head around. And then, when we were talking before the show, I heard some of the crew talking about different movies and actresses. You need to be a part of building your career. Write movies, write screenplays, be part of producing your own work down the line. And each of the 6 P's identifies areas for actors that they need to follow.
So you're creating work for yourself, essentially.
It's a rounded career. It's a plan. You want to bake a great cake, you have a recipe. You want to get somewhere, you have a map. Well, actors, unfortunately, wait for a lot of things to happen, or they think that their agent's going to be able to do this for them.
Right.
They need to be actively pursuing a career, designing the life that they want. And the number one reason actors fail is because they don't know what they want. And if you don't know what you want, how are you supposed to succeed or get anywhere?
So for example, what do you mean by knowing what you want?
You have to identify what you want. Like some actors, a lot of the actors that enter the program, I'll say, how much money do you want to make? And the target number, the most popular, is $100,000 a year. And I said, do you realize that the only people in the industry that make $100,000 a year as an actor are the leads on a TV series? I said, it would be more realistic for you to think of, I want to earn $100,000 a year in the entertainment industry. In 2014, like I am an active actor. I auditioned, I was on set yesterday. Last year in 2014, I made more money as a hand model than I did as an actor. But I didn't know. I've had these hands for a while. It's about time I get paid for them. But I didn't know, and this is the kind of thing that I want to share with actors. There's so many other jobs and things in the industry that fill your soul, rather than being that 40-year-old grumpy waiter that I was.
How do you find those avenues?
Well, it's about exploring the industry, being in touch, being actively in the know, building relationships. Like any business, imagine a company like IBM selling computers. You buy a computer and they never call you again. No, it's all about they're going to follow up. Do you want the service package? Do you want more software? And as actors, our list, like there's a term you see in movies like Gary Glenn Ross, it's the money's in your list. And that's why I say to actors, your money's in your list. Your list starts with your resume. Everybody you've ever worked with in the past, you need to stay in touch with. And actively build relationships, because relationships are the core of everything. But do it sincerely. It's not about just when you want something. It's about building that community of people that you like, and people like to work and play with people they like and know.
We hold ourselves back, right? By letting our heads get too involved?
I think there's what I say to artists is, when you're in public, always portray the artist. But when you're at home, and I talk about this in my book, is you need to put the hat on and become the CEO of your career. And a CEO is a leader, it has a vision of where you want to take yourself and where you envision your life to be when you grow. And I didn't have anybody do that for me. And this is how I want to change the education industry.
This is so exciting. And this would work for an actor of any age, right?
Actually, it would work for an actor of any age, in any place on their career curve, as well as artists in general, painters, sculptors,
cool.
whatnot. And everybody knows a starting artist.
ActorAdvantageProgram.com. Go on the website, get the book, and start being successful. Thank you.
Thank you. That was